Greeting to all the students. Welcome to Global Online. And here we are with our next video for NTA UGC Net Paper 2, that is Management for 2022 batch. And this is the lecture 6. We have already completed 2 units of management. This is the third unit which is going on. And in third unit also, we have completed 5 lectures, and the description of all is given in your description. So the detailed links of all is given in your description. So you can check the description. You can start preparing for the examination, and I hope this videos will help you as an base, after which you can practice your MCQs. You can read the theories once, and then you can simultaneously go on preparing your units one by one. Now in this particular lecture, we are going to talk about talent management as well as skill development with reference to employee engagement and work-life balance. So this is with reference to both the topics. So these are the two topics, but both the topics are combined. And as you all know that in paper 2, we also have a global online app. And this global online app, the icon of the global online app is given to you. You can just go to the Play Store. You can get it downloaded. At the same time, you can check that on the app we have complete video lectures, we have notes, we have test series, we have a previous year question papers in the form of PDF with the answer key, as well as you have a target based preparation in the form of mock test also. The contact details are given. The course fee is ₹7,000, but if you take this course exclusively, you will be getting paper 1 free. So you can study for paper 1 free of cost, as well as you can prepare yourself for paper 2 also. So now let's start the session for the day, that is with the help of the topic talent management and skill development. So when we talk about talent management, it is the full scope of HR processes to attract. Now talent is nothing but the employees, you can say, the recruitment which happens in an organization. So it is to attract, to develop, to motivate and retain the high performing employees, so that they are the assets. And definitely if we take care of them, the organization will progress, it will develop. So in importance of talent management can be seen with the help of performance improvement, with the help of companies staying competitive. It drives innovation, creativity. It helps to prepare productive teams. It decreases the turnover. It leads to strong employer branding, as well as it motivates others to develop as well as to grow. So this is what basically the you can say the impact of talent management, or importance of talent management when done in correct form. Now we are going to see how this talent management works with the help of talent management model with certain steps. So let's go one by one. So when we talk about, you can see the diagram over here correctly, which includes planning, which includes attracting, developing, retaining, and transitioning the employees. So when I say basically planning, so we all know that it is done well in advance in order to ensure that the overall goals of the organization are planned with reference to the strategy, with reference to the measurement, evaluation, as well as the workforce. So you are planning the talent in order to achieve the goals of an organization. So planning is important basically to achieve the goals. When we come towards attracting, and for attracting, it means you have to ensure that it is it's not always the people who comes and gets the experience and go. So it is someone who can definitely fill the expectations, help to come up with the expectations of an organization towards an employee. So it can be done in the form of marketing about the talent requirement, getting acquiring the talent, freelancers, consultants, anyone who is responsible for getting the work done. Then developing the talent. Now in order to develop the talent, definitely you can see that when the employee is onboarded, his appraisals, his management, learning and development career path is drawn. So if you want to develop your employee, if you want to preserve your talent, it is very, very important that you keep the tap on them with the help of some strategies which will help them to understand that this organization is working towards their retirement. And not only that, it will help them to develop also. retaining the employees. So retaining the employees, it's to keep the employees in the organization for a longer period of time, for which your culture, your remuneration strategy, your compensation strategy should be in place. And finally comes as transitioning. Now transitioning, it is, basically there is a plan for employee transition, wherein the employee, the knowledge of the employee is kept within the company, or it is, you can say that in other words, it is like a knowledge management. So where you can do a succession planning, you can do an internal mobility, you can, retirement, you can have some retirement schemes. At the same time, you can have some type of exit interviews, which will help your organization to keep the talent with themselves. So this is how your if your talent model works out, it will definitely result into all the positive aspects towards the organization. So you can make use of your resources best possible manner. You can use them, you can attract them, you can develop them, you can retain them, and you can, have a best transition of your employees, so that the overall image of the organization is, maintained. Now, there are 7 steps, to in order to progress. Like for example, if you want talent management to grow, you want it to definitely show some positive signs, so you have to go with the 7 steps. So specify what skills are needed. Like for example, what exactly you're hunting for, what your job analysis and your job description should have a percentage of matching. Then attracting the right people. We have already started what is staffing, hiring a right person at a right place in a right time in a right manner. So it's very, very important that when you put your time, when you put your amount of energy in attracting the people, you should ensure that you are attracting the right amount of person. Onboarding and organizing the work, yes, your orientation programs, your training schedules, your settling the employees or supporting them, assisting them, assisting them. It's very, very important when they are on board. So your onboarding and organization should really work out well, so that employees know, okay, this is what happens in an organization. Then organize learning and development. So you need to have, you need to understand where in which phase the employees needs organizing, which learning, which phase they need development, who shows the sign of development, and in order to take them ahead, or to ensure that the development process is continuous. So this all things are very, very important. Then hold a performance appraisal, which is very important in order to keep your employee motivated to retain. Performance appraisal plays an important role. Then equally, you need to strategize the retention policies. You need to, you need to have the best retention plans. You need to have the best retention strategies. And then finally comes plan for succession. So in case if you have any position vacant, or if if there are anything, any higher level position comes, you have to first see that your employees who are a part of your organization can, if they have the amount of capability or potentiality, they can definitely be the part of your succession planning. If not, then you can go for an external hiring. Then next one, then next is the skills which are required. That is skills where we have talent management and skills development. So in the management, we have learned this topic very well. There are skills, which are divided into 3 parts as per the levels. That is the top level, middle level, and lower level. So when we talk about top management, it is basically the skills which is called as the conceptual skills. Middle level management has human skills, and the first line management has a technical skills, which was given by Robert Katz. So when we talk about the conceptual skills, the skills, they are the ideas in order to take the business ahead, or in order to make the business work in an best possible manner. When we have human skills, so this is ability to communicate and to cooperate with others, that is to connect as a medium. Technical skills, the skills which are necessary to get the job done, you can say they are the hard skills which are required in order to get the work done. Now we have the next topic, that is employee engagement and work-life balance. So when we talk about employee engagement, it talks about, engaging an employee with the performance, with their work. And it is very, very important that this engagement should be, should be fruitful, should be productive. It should definitely lead to profitability, revenue, customer experience, employee turnover should reduce. Because if they are not motivated in the correct form, if they're not motivated in the correct way, it will definitely lead to what? It will definitely lead to uh, a disadvantage. So employee motivation should be done in the best possible manner. So now when we talk about the elements, there are various elements which, which are a part of what, which are a part of employee engagement. So let's see what are these elements one by one. So the elements are in the form of, the commitment, the motivation, the trust and loyalty. So you need to build this very well. The employees should get connected with this particular, elements, or you can say these are the elements which will definitely help the employees to get connected with the organization. Now we have various now how to understand whether, how to engage the employees. So for that you need to first understand the levels of the employee engagement. So there are, highly engaged employees, there are moderately engaged employees, and there are, you can say somewhat disengaged employees, and then you can also call it as barely engaged employees, and then we have disengaged employees. So now when we talk about highly engaged employees, so they are the one who, who are have a favorable opinions of the workplace. So they can put extra efforts, they can go out of the way, they can go extra mile and get the work done. So you should know the type of employees in the employee engagement. When we talk about moderately engaged, so they are the one who see the organization in the moderate form. Okay, they see their company, but see opportunities for improvement. They are the one who are less likely to ask for more responsibilities and may underperform. So they will keep themselves average. Barely engaged employees, they are indifferent towards the workplace. They definitely lack motivation. They will you will see that, they need to be kept a watch on them. They will I mean to say, they will not put extra efforts, they will do only what is required. That also they may take a lot of amount of time. And completely disengaged employees are the one who are the ones with a highly negative opinions towards the towards the organization. They are disconnected. Their goals, their missions are not the one which an organization is wanting for. So they are the someone who shows, the negative impact. Okay, now at the same time we studied over here the engagement. Okay, but you can keep in mind one thing is that when you're talking about this engagement of the employees, so you should ensure that you put, this loyalty, commitment, motivation, trust, you put them in a various form. Like for example, you show them the physical engagement, wherein they put all their ability, experience into work. You try to get cognitive engagement, where they put their ideas, creativity into, um like for example into place. And then we have someone like, emotional, when they are very attached to the organization. So in that sense you can understand the engagement, you can understand the personality of an employee and help them to, be the part of this engagement process. Then we have something called as the engaged employees not engaged or actively. So you can see that, we have clearly, though we have studied this in detail very well. So engaged employees, they have a very great amount of connection. Not engaged employees, they are one who are, basically not energetic and not passionate towards the work. And actively disengaged employees, they are the one who are the unhappy employees, and definitely they do not, will not show their engagement at all in the organizational activities. Now, how this process of engagement should be built up. So now obviously that there can be, there can be disengagement, there can be like for example, there can be a negativity. So it's better, depending upon the understanding of your employees which you get with, when you hire the employees on the board, you need to prepare and design the engagement plans. You need to, you need to understand what type of engagement activities will turn out to be productive. For that, it is very, very important that, you need them to do an engagement survey. Maybe, like, for example, things are not working out the way you have planned. So whether you are doing a follow-up, whether you are doing an assessment, whether you are doing an evaluation, you should that is a pilot study, you can say, you are doing in order to find out your engagement surveys. Now, sir, when that you will do with the help of your result analysis. You will analyze the result, you will understand why people are not participating, or why they are not showing their engagement, in a positive form, or why they are showing it in a negative form. Based on that analysis, you will take action. There will be an action planning, and accordingly you will do a follow up. Okay. Now, so for that, for engagement, I have taken an example over here in the form of the Ginger model, that is engagement for results. So if you see the model, we will just understand the model properly. So if you can see the model very well, diagrammatic presentation, we have achieve results and craft strategies. We have something called as serving the customers, fostering the relationship into other areas, identifying the organization experience, okay, with respect to the others factors, and with respect to the self, that is to leverage the energies to develop professionally and personally. So now let's understand this roles very well. So when we talk about active results, okay, active results, sorry, it's not active, it is achieve results. It talks about achieving the desired results. That is the high levels of employee engagement is the only aim of this model. That's what achieve results talks about. Now, however, the process is well supported by various steps. Like, for example, the managers need to work on himself, okay, on the self, or managers need to work on others. That is, in order to get the work done, the managers needs to understand what he needs to work on himself and what he needs to get work from others. So this achieve results will help you to understand the model. I mean to say, to help you to understand what is the requirement, and it will excel the performance. Now, craft strategy, if you can see on the right hand side, left hand side, we have a craft strategy, which indicates that, the crafting as strategies in order to achieve the higher level of engagement. That is, obviously, both are for higher level of engagement. Okay. Now, it ensures that there is a lot of planning done. Okay. There are a lot of considerations taken into place, and then whatever type of requirements are needed, that is also considered. And the managers now ensure that they get some professional advice, they get some, uh, professional I mean to say, ideas in order to understand the effective craft strategies. Now, that can be with self also, as well as with the others also. So this is how, if you want to make your engagement activities effective, so as in process of engagement activities, you can divide yourself into achieve results and craft strategy. In achieve results, you know what to achieve, but what you need to get from yourself, and what you need to get from yourself as a manager, and what you need to get from others, it plays an important role. Same way, craft strategy, it is about the role, but then if you're not understanding, I mean say, not if you're not able to go through it, you can take the help of I mean to say, you can take the help of your professional consultants and get to understand what is needed. Then we have something called as work balance life. So obviously, a work balance life, when we talk about work balance life, it is balancing your personal life as well as it's balancing your professional life. It is basically, it is the balancement. Okay. Now, when we talk about this work balance life, it describes the relationship within your personal and your professional work. So it is very, very important nowadays, in order to have a balance. It's very important that you take care of your professional life in the form of job and career, and you take care of your family life also with the help of family, friends, and a time to self. So now when we talk about this work-life balance, okay, let's understand what are the benefits, how it can be benefited. So it increases the motivation, maybe it rejuvenates the employees, it helps them to reduce their stress, it helps them to spend the leisure time, for themselves as well as for the family members. It helps to increase the productivity. Yes, when the person is, fresh with the mind, or he's fresh with the with his ideas, he can definitely show maximum productive for the organization. He becomes a maximum productive employee for the organization. it helps to, have a healthy lifestyle, and it helps the employees not only to grow for themselves, but also the effect can be seen on the organization. Now we need to know that what are the signs which can trigger, the work imbalance. So it is a huge amount of workload, pressure, burden, exhaustion, like no break, no continuous working of continuous pressure. So that can be one of the reason for, the imbalancement. Absence, like for example, if you're seeing, there is no I mean to say, if there is a lot of professional commitment, okay, but there is no time for, family. So that absenteeism can somewhere, put a frustration or irritation into an employee, and he can, he gets disturbed. His mind does not becomes productive, though he is present at the workplace, but he is, he's mentally somewhere else. Staying away from the friends, which like this, you can see that this particular part, it's like something which will definitely again have an impact on productivity, because their mind will not be refreshed. A small amount of a get together can definitely make a charm, but if that is also not possible, then that isolation and, just working like a machine will tend to make a person, lower with the productivity. Then yes, it is all going to have adverse effects on in the form of stress, levels of stress. So the stress can be shown, the signs of the stress can be in any form. The person is, there's the body ache, headaches, migraines, depression, mood swings, gaining of weight. So this can definitely have an imbalance, healthy, imbalanced lifestyles also. There will be no healthy lifestyle. Now, how we to need to realize whether there are signs of stress? So emotion, the person becomes too emotional, the person becomes, lethargic, the person is not able to focus. There is the anxieties which can result into obesity, which can result into absenteeism, which can show the sign of burnouts. Okay, so yes, it is proved by the research, that if eventually the employees are not able to, get that break, or if they're not able to get that time for themselves, or maybe for the family, it looks, like they are completely exhausted, and that can have again a worst impact, in that interest is lost in the work. So they do not able to concentrate. There is emotional upsurge, that it can be in any form. Your emotional I mean, that person can become a dangerous also. Motivational loss, depression. Okay, health wise the things are deteriorating. And then, the no charm of completing the work. That is, you are giving the simple work where the person was very active, very, where projects were in time, but the same person is just delaying some work, some normal work also for a huge amount of time. So this is going to have a very worst impact on, on the on the work also. So you can see, this type of questions, I meant to say, when you talk about this particular unit. So these questions, many a times, you have general questions on this. So in question answers round, you can see, I meant to say, when you talk about MCQs, when you go for the practice MCQs in this particular unit, because there is no factual things in this particular topic, so you can see more of assertion and statement reasoning. And nowadays there is a case study also. So in that form, you can see this particular type of question. So you have to just ensure that you're reading the theory once properly, and then you're going for your MCQ preparation. Okay, so thank you everyone for this class, and the next class will be coming up with a new topic in the unit 3. So thank you everyone, and you can just wait for the next video, as we are regularly updating the management videos, so that it will help you to complete your portion as well as revision on time. So thank you.